Ladies and gentlemen, the ZoWhat morning show, a little bit late. Apparently, the rain affects us. The weather really affects us. I didn't know it went down like that. Sarah said, hey, man, it's the rain. The internet's moving slow. Please forgive us for starting late. So with that said, I got to run through a couple of things real quick. I told y'all the red pill, that's all I got now. And I have a limited supply. We shipped about 25 orders last week. As a matter of fact, I just went to the post office today. I never go to the post office on Monday. But I went to the post office to ship out maybe another 5 orders this morning. But yo, people are going crazy over I call them the Red Hulks. The RZN, he is risen. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know how much longer they're going to be able to continue production because listen, Dr. Russell is highly sought after now. Mm-hmm. Like boxing camps and people getting on the detox, you know, they make this for the ZoWhat show exclusively. Mm-hmm. But when they have to go out of town and, you know, and and my inventory might be low, might not have them anymore. So you guys got to get them while you can. This is the latest re-up. They gave me 100 bottles of the Red Hulks. I think we done moved about 30 bottles already. So if you want it, go to my website, MrZoWhat.com. Also, there is a family member in the show, on this show, who supports at every turn. But this time he did something crazy. He did something over the top. Came to the lounge yesterday. Kicked it with us at the lounge. The man bought $1,000 worth of the Shrouded Lighthouse.
What?
He bought like 20 something, he bought a gang of copies. And what he said was, he was like, listen, man, I got the books and I done gave the books away. He said, what I want you to do is to sell the books again. He said, I'm not taking them. You sell them for $10. The 20 copies that I bought, you sell them for $10. I said, what? He was like, yep, that's what I want you to do. Britt Atwater, he bought the books and he said, now you resell them for hella half the price. I mean, the book is like $45, but he said, sell them for $10. Wow. So I got 20 copies of the Shrouded Lighthouse for $10. All you got to do is pay $10 plus the shipping and handling. The shipping and handling is $12, $13. There you go. I got 20 copies of the Shrouded Lighthouse, brand new. And you know what? For those 20 copies, if you buy them, I'll sign them. This is the Britt Atwater deal. He bought 20 copies of the Shrouded Lighthouse and said, no, I ain't going to take them. He said, you resell them for $10. I said, well, there it is. Now that's the deal. So I got 20 copies. Go to my website right now. Order your copy of the Shrouded Lighthouse. It's going to say one thing. Ignore that. I'll make sure y'all get your book, all right, for $10. All right. Now, Total Package Energy. Go to totalpackageenergy.com. Support Total Package Energy, black-owned business out of the Bay Area. Energy shots. That's what these guys do. They've been doing. We've been working with them for a long time. Please continue to support Total Package Energy. At least 8-9 years strong, and this business is still alive because we have given it the visibility that it has always so desperately needed. So continue to support. Also, RussellHerbals.com. You know who he is. He's the creator and maker of He Is Risen. But again, He's a legendary herbalist. I'm working with him. And again, he's keeping me healthy. I can attest to that 100%. I've had some issues lately, and he was like, "Nah, man, take these herbs. You're gonna be good." He got me. So I'm telling you right now, get with Dr. Russell, RussellHerbals.com. Also, Shepherd Sweets. You guys got to continue to support Shepherd Sweets, Black-owned business. Continue to support them. Continue to put your love on them. Also,
Valentine's coming up. Valentine's.
Oh yeah. Also, yes, Valentine's is coming up. Also, continue to support them. They got Valentine's Day cookies and cakes and all kind of confectionery delights or whatnot. And then of course, Beal sauce. If it ain't real, it ain't Beal. In the house, we got my homeboy.
Let me get this.
Yeah. Ray Grady joins the ZoWhat Morning Show today, man. Hey, man, what kind of tours you on? What you doing right now? Tell us what's going on.
Speakeasy Comedy Series out here in L.A.
Where's it at, man?
66, 18 gauge.
The place I went to.
Nah, not this. The other one.
That's Nipsey's spot, right?
Yeah.
I did go to that place, and I left.
That's right. You left. Yeah. So you did. Yeah, that spot there.
Come on in here, Shafiq.
Yeah. So we in that joint. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Man, I did. Listen.
Now I know we saw your name on the.
Yeah, I bought a ticket.
Yeah, we saw it, but he dipped. You know what I mean?
Why did I dip, Grady?
You old. You didn't want to pay attention to the flyer. You know what I mean?
My Lord.
It's because I'm old.
What's up, brother? Peace, brother.
Hey, it's because I'm old.
Well, you didn't read the flyer, bro. My bad. You didn't read the flyer. You know what I'm talking about?
No, here's the issue. I got
You
there
didn't read the
early.
flyer.
I'm the type of motherfucker. I go places and I get there early. That's it.
Grips you.
But when I got there, nobody was there,
Not yet. But we came now.
and I was like, "Where Grady at? This his show."
Yeah, we came now.
Lady was like, "You can sit in the lobby if you." I said, "I ain't sitting in the goddamn. I'm leaving."
No, it's nice. No, we do that once a month. The next show, if you're in LA and you want to get your laugh on, because it really don't be nothing in here to do on Saturday nights in LA. It really ain't nothing to do. It really is not. You know what I mean? So come on, get your laugh out with us at the Speakeasy Comedy Series. Come on.
All right, and then guess who else is in the building?
Who in the building?
Hey man, me and this brother go back. I mean,
Late 80s.
yeah, like
B-Way Studio.
absolutely late 80s.
Late 80s.
Broadway now. Yeah.
Rip government.
And then the Altadena bookstore, the shop.
What?
Come on, man. Like,
So that's definitely 90, 91. Easy.
jeez.
Maybe before that.
Jeez. This.
Me and Hassan used to roll up by the books from you.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't know who this brother is, allow me to introduce this brother right now, okay? Y'all remember Erykah Badu's America album?
New America.
Yeah.
He produced the whole album.
On the hump.
Ladies and gentlemen, producer, artist extraordinaire, writer, rapper, singer, beat programmer. He done produced for some of your favorite artists. My homeboy, your homeboy, Shafiq Hussein is in the building. Damn.
Thank you, bro.
Salam.
Appreciate you. Salam. Peace. Shalom. What's happening?
Oh,
Hotep.
Lord, we got the whole squad in the building right now, man.
Yes.
So let's just get right to it. The classic ZoWhat style. Wait a minute. I always like to take credit for this. Who did you make that master teacher record for? Was it me? Or all of the master teachers of the
All
world?
of the master teachers. So it's funny you say that. So the song came about, there was a saying in the Sarah house, what if it was no niggas? What would be the substitute word for nigga?
Master teacher.
And so I said, wouldn't it be dope if we lived in a world where everybody just walked around on GP, just called each other, what's up, my master teacher or my MT? Just how, on general, people just use nigga just loosely like that, connotatively or, and whatnot. So, Georgia, Thundercat, Georgia and Muldrow, shout out Thundercat. They wanted to learn how to sample that day. And so I took them to the Sarah kitchen and pulled out Freddie's Dead. I was intentionally just trying to chop pieces for them, just to show them that part. But if you listen to what's being said, a beautiful world, trying to find, understand. And then Georgia was like, what if there was no niggas though?
What if there was no niggas, only master teacher?
And the response was, I stay woke.
Yeah.
Because that was a slogan in the house on the actual Sarah mural in the wall in the house. It was a big fluorescent eye with stay woke. So if you put on the black light, you'll see an eye looking at you with stay woke in the house.
See? And the cold part too is a lot of my people who watch this show, they hip to Joseph Lineberg, the Astro Progressions album.
Oh, shout out
a lot of people hip to Joseph Lineberg. Let me just say this. One of my favorite records on that album was written by this guy.
Between Us Two.
Between Us Two. You and Bilal and Joseph, man. That
wrote that song in 3 a.m. Bilal pulls his tour bus up on the side of the studio, and voila, made it happen.
Hey, brilliant.
No, he's different. Yo, Shafiq is different, and he's a Moor.
That part.
If we're gonna get into it, let's get all the way into it. Damn it.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then we all Moors. How about that?
Come on, we about to get into it. That's all I got for you. He a real Mo, as they say.
Yeah, for sure.
And what's crazy is, a couple years back, he was like, "Man, you should come down to the temple and do a demonstration, man.
Right.
Master teacher, come do a demonstration."
Zoe up here playing possum. This is one of my teachers. Let me just flat out.
No possum for me.
Well, yeah,
you can say what you want to say, man.
Okay, well, this Mo right here can really, really go there, and in a lot of other places and whatnot. So, but I've admired how he's sort of integrated, the science with social, current,
right.
That's an evolved individual, which he's always been. So shout out.
Hey man, love, brother.
We
be having conversations in private. He be like, "Hey, you playing possum, man? You better stop. Come on now and hit these motherfuckers." I'm like, "Hey, I can't. Come on now." It just anyway. Hey, here we go. Let's get these stories together, real quick. Martin Luther King's youngest son, Dexter, just passed away at the age of 62.
Just heard that
from cancer. Prostate cancer. Let me just, hey, Sarah, do you have that clip of the King Day? Because I met him when I was a kid. You guys remember that Martin Luther King tribute song with everybody in it?
Yeah.
The Fat Boys.
Yeah.
Tina Marie, Elder Boy. They recorded that in our studio in Pasadena. Wow. We recorded the record, right? Like and we filmed the video.
The King Celebrate?
King Celebrate. Wow. That was done in Pasadena.
You know who was pushing that real heavy? That was Stevie Wonder and Gil Scott-Heron that really championed the whole King Day holiday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's interesting, man. Like when I go back and I think about that.
Well, this opens up a can of worms too, as far as like the deaths in the King family and whatnot, so you had the other sister that passed away, I believe, in 2007. But then you have the ones that died around when he passed away. You have the mysterious death of his brother drowning in the pool. You have the death, his mother being shot in church. Yeah. This is like
documented.
They don't really talk about a lot, but you know. But we just want to send some healing powers to the King family.
And this is no question, man. And this is the youngest son. Died of cancer. His mom died of cancer as well. And we like Shafiq said, we definitely want to send some love out to the King family. Heavy stuff. He actually lived here.
Yes, that's
He
right.
lived in Malibu.
Right.
You know, so that's tough. 2024 ain't playing. 2023 was difficult, but 2024 seems like it wanna play games, reindeer games.
Reindeer super games.
But let me ask you a question about King and his legacy, because Sarah brought up something very interesting.
You want me to play it?
I want you to play this clip, Sarah, where you said, or the clip is saying, that MLK was alive after he got shot.
Right.
And
Dick Gregory.
Dick Gregory said the same thing, but another clip has come out.
Yeah, it's a white.
It's a
doctor
white
who's
dude
there.
talking.
Ooh.
And he basically said,
Is that William Peppers?
who is it, Sarah?
My phone just died, so I'm finna put it.
In the name of Sweet Baby Ray's.
Wait,
Anyway,
you know Sweet Baby Ray is white, right? You know that, right?
Sweet Baby Ray's is
It's a white man.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
where's Sweet Baby Ray's from?
That sounds like
This
Louisiana.
sounds like some Chicago.
That sounds like
I mean,
Barbecue.
when I first heard it was at the crib, but I'm not familiar with it from it. I don't like the sauce.
I don't like the sauce.
I prefer open pit, but
Right.
that's
Okay. Oh, see, man, this motherfucker want to get fancy because he's a chef and a comic. He's got a new TV show, season 2,
yeah, Grady Grill.
The Grady Grill, and it's filmed by Chris
Ice Dream Studios.
Ice Dream Studios.
Yeah.
And how did the first season go, man? Did you like it?
I think what Chris did, he just opened up a gorilla. You know what I mean?
And now you finna
Because,
really season
yeah.
2. You finna act a fool.
Actually, season 3, because when you do seasons, the first one is getting the kinks out. The second one is repeating that one, and then the third one really is your first season.
Right.
Really?
That's how it always goes. If you watch any show, the first season is usually like, you're trying to gather the characters, and then second season is just polishing, and then the third is actually the first one.
Is that a standard usually when with that the studios when
Most of our shows don't really make it past 8 episodes, so the brothers don't really. They
Man, don't
really
even
see
get a
it.
chance to
Yeah.
really run with the ball,
Right.
actually. Sarah, do you have the video clip?
my phone just died, and it.
Dungeon
had it on
Burger,
there,
what
so
up with it? What up, y'all?
So we'll
Quan,
just.
I love you.
Y'all gonna talk a little bit?
Well, no, that's all right. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. You let me know when you got it, though. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you have the other clip of America being a racist country?
Is it my?
oh
It was on my phone.
you talking about Miss Haley.
Miss
Miss Haley.
Okay, I can't.
Yes.
Pull it up real
Yeah.
White, basically, the white lady said
she
America's
said
not a
couple
racist
of little
country.
things that
Or racist country.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you have it?
It's you calling me out real fast. Hold on.
Sarah, did you have the other video?
It's on my phone.
So, Sarah, we gonna wait for you to get the videos up, right?
Okay, yes, sir.
Hey, Tosh.
You coming right up. You coming right up.
Who you talk to, Grady?
My people on the chat.
Hey, what up, Tasha? How y'all doing? Y'all watching Grady? Y'all not watching the show? You watching Grady?
Tell them it's YouTube ZoWhat in the morning.
Is that what it is?
That's
Is that what in
OG
the morning?
right there. You know what I mean? OG
All right, I gotta ask
Shafiq,
some questions
salute,
real quick.
Blessings.
While she's getting this stuff together, let me ask a couple of questions. Dave Chappelle versus Katt Williams.
Huh? Oh, I heard you. Where? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I heard you.
I mean, Katt Williams has, been on a tear. I got Ray Grady here. I want to get your opinion. I want to get Brother Shafiq's opinion. He been on a tear. Everybody's like, oh my God, Katt Williams, Lord have mercy. And now, apparently, Dave Chappelle, allegedly, Dave Chappelle has responded. Sarah, what did Dave say?
You on me today. Dave said, Dave said that Katt should have called out the white people that all the white people, whatever, and the evil, whatever, in the industry. Charlemagne has said it on the Breakfast Club this morning that don't call out the puppets, call out the puppeteers, everything like that, which totally misses the point because he came after people that came after him. But Dave Chappelle was trying to paint him like he's just another black man going after other black people, like instead of really not understanding like why he went out after these particular black people. So that's the main thing that Dave Chappelle's saying, basically, that he shouldn't do that. Like, go after the white people, don't stop doing that. And so basically he's not fooling with Katt.
I see that a lot in the music industry.
And back to you, Zo.
Grady,
What?
what's wrong with y'all comics? Why y'all don't like each other? Why y'all kind of cool with each other and then fuck him? What is that about?
All right, I'll tell you.
That's right.
Insecurity. Insecurity. 98% of my colleagues are insecure. Right? 98% of my colleagues are promised a lot of things.
Right.
And then when the cats that get on, they never reach back. The last time we seen somebody reach for a Klan was Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy when he got Arsenio and put them all in the movie, right? None of these brothers, right? None of these dudes will actually come do a whole tour together.
Why is that?
Ego, man. Who's going to be the biggest thing about stand-up comics is I'm funnier than Shafiq. Shafiq say he funnier than Zo. Zo say he funnier than Sarah. But let's just say the Anglos pick Sarah. They don't pick Grady, Zo, Shafiq, right? So that sets dissension within the community because 90% of the brothers is really not as talented as they claim to be. Most of them are really good writers, not great performers.
Sounds so familiar, bro.
Then you have some cats that are great at promotion or being brilliant marketeers, but everybody want the light. So Kevin is a good dude. I don't know Katt Williams, but I know people around him. When the SWAT conference gave him $1.50 for the weekend in Louisiana, he didn't show up until Sunday. So they tore up Monroe over him. This was 2010. I got here in 2008. So Cedric Entertainer was backing Katt Williams. We don't know Katt Williams from the comedy circuit. We do not know him from that. We know him from LA doing the Improv or Hollywood Park Casino.
That's what I was going to ask you so the comedy circuit.
Yes, sir.
That is there what you would call like in the music industry you have what you call like the Chitlin circuit?
Yes, sir.
And right now. So is there an equivalent?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the Bible Belt.
Okay.
The Bible Belt. All the majority of the underground comedy clubs that you've never heard of, the D and C markets, those are the Chitlin circuits,
Gotcha.
right? So,
Right.
but with Katt Williams, he doesn't have a stand-up audience. He has a Money Mike audience. He just know how to do it that way.
Well, what does that mean?
He capitalized off of his part.
Kevin Hart made a good point. You have to, a character in the movie has to pop, right?
Right.
If I call the OGs in comedy, if I call Jonathan Gates right now in Boston, who slept on your couch? He gonna say Mike Epps, right? Mike Epps is not a movie comedian.
Right.
He's a real comedian.
Got you.
Katt
Right.
Williams was called Cat in the Hat. That was his real name, Dr. Seuss type shit, right? But he got in Friday, popped. Money Mike was a hit.
Got you.
Now he can just do what he want because Money Mike is a hit. It's not a lot of, because he don't really have a lot of huge black following. His is mostly Hispanic. The same audience as Mike Epps had.
Got you.
We got niggas, but other than that, it's majority the Friday cats.
So let me ask you this then, if you don't mind, Zo.
Go ahead.
So then, is there any validity in what Katt said about the gatekeeping?
Yes. Very much so. All of that shit is gatekeeping. So when I got on Real Husbands, Chris Spencer put the dot in. Kevin Hart had to say, yeah, Grady solid. Right?
You were very funny on there.
Thank you. And so,
Were you serving niggas food on that episode?
you know what they was trying to do?
I saw you kind
No,
of
they
came
was-
in with a platter of
they was making a mockery
ribs.
of Chicago, Detroit, Mississippi niggas.
Oh,
That's
really?
in the script.
You didn't like that?
No, I did not.
So what'd you do? How'd you
I
change
grew my
that up?
hair out, did about 100 push-ups, and make the women go crazy. Had to alter the seamstress, get them clothes together,
Right.
Make me fit, put my damn Joe Malone shit on, and the women was like, holy shit.
And there
And
you
now
go.
they like, oh, that's Grady.
Right.
So
Right.
once, I already knew JB Smooth, I already knew Kevin, I already knew Chris Spencer, I already knew these dudes. I'm already respected in comedy.
Right.
So all you gotta do is just let me get the character. That's all I did. So I just became rolling. So they wanted to do the, the 1990 stuff where they make the handsome dude, they make him like a goofy. And Cynthia was like, no, make him stay Grady. That's the alpha male. So, that's the comedian. So it's really the sister that really told him, like, we ain't dumbing down that role.
Right.
This is not DeAndre Whitfield. That's Grady. Keep
I
it
like
Grady.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Grady. And then that was that. So all I did was just, have fun with the character. But
So let's just get deep into the gatekeeping piece because that was a heavy question.
yeah.
Gatekeeping to me in Hollywood simply means white folk gonna choose the special nigga they want to pay. White people, let me explain something to y'all about white folks in Hollywood. They really don't want to help you change your tax bracket. That's really what it's about. Because they're not giving you anything other than money. I need you to understand that. There's no mystical wisdom or how to rule the world type shit being laid down. It's really just resources.
Right.
Looking for
And what's interesting is I heard a sister tell me about, I think it was that one actor who just came out and said that there was a male executive that was trying to fondle him up. Who is it? What's his name?
Wait, which one?
Yeah,
quite a
him.
few.
Yeah,
Who?
we did the film
Christian
together.
Keys?
Christian Keys.
Christian
Yes,
Keys.
Christian Keys, yes.
Right? So I heard this PR lady talking about him maybe about 10 years ago. And I guess no, it wasn't him. It was another actor. What was the other? Laz Lonzo?
Laz Alonso?
Him. It was him. Sorry.
Okay.
I guess he was up for some TV show.
And Columbus Short
Maybe an Emmy.
He was up for a role.
Oh,
And it was like some NBC, ABC type situation. And those are the real checks. Those are the checks that Steve Harvey was talking about. When you get those kind of checks, you got a TV show like that, it's a check where, it's you can buy
residuals.
No, we talking about that weekly
Right.
$250,000, $300,000 check every week.
Right.
That TV money is different. And the PR lady that was talking about this guy, she said that this white executive was like, yes, he's good, but I just don't like the fact that he knows he's good, and I don't feel like changing his life. Do you see what they were talking about? Him auditioning for this shit. He was the best guy there. And the white executive was like, yeah, but he knows about how good he is a little too much. He just knows he's good.
Like, Joe?
What?
Godfather.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Godfather movie. That's what the film director that Tom Hagen had went out to see. He said Johnny Yola is perfect for this part and such. But on the underlying thing, he was messing with the star.
Do you see? Do you see?
Yeah.
Said, I don't feel like changing his life.
Well, when I was with CBS, and we was doing diversity showcase, and we writing 30 to 40 sketches a day, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the writers are doing it, and then us as the actors, we do our own thing. CBS used to have it to where us three, you come from Chat, Tennessee. Where you from, OG?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, okay. So he from the land. I'm from Chicago, right? So let's just say if he learned how to speak other dialects, you, myself, in CBS, name was Fern. Fern used to always tell the black actors, especially us, shouldn't he play like gay? Shouldn't he be homeless? Shouldn't he? So if Zoe can talk like if he was from the British Islands, and then you actually is like, yo, I done lived in Brixton, which is the UK. And then if you go word for word, and it's funny, and they wouldn't believe it. They would make sure that, no. We only want to see niggas.
We want to see him do it.
No, we want to see you we see you as dope dealers.
Right.
Drug boys, shitty parents.
Or typecasting.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So when you come around and say somebody like me that's fair-skinned, and I'm like, well, I'm half Anglo. So I could get away with saying hunky to you. In the script.
Right.
Because we're joking, right?
Right.
Anglos don't like that. They don't like that. Because they given the opportunity. Les Moonves was the top dog. His son, Mike Mooney, was in the joint with us. Les Moonves, the nigga that made sure that LL Cool J was good with Columbia. Right. These they partners, but they all flop because of the Me Too shit.
Right.
So white boys don't like for us to. They don't like for us to. They see us like, look, you only for dope dealing. If I'm like, well, no, I'm gonna play a trial lawyer. I don't want to do those. I'm gonna play a dope brother that's a cyclist that's trying to get on Tour de France.
Right.
No. What kind? That's white people activity.
No. But I'm saying,
you know what I mean. You
I
have to
don't
be the
play
author
that.
of your own story.
I'm like,
you know,
I don't want that. But if we gonna play it, then let's do it my way.
Right.
Keith, wait. One second, Sarah. Keith Smith in the chat says, "Hey Zoe, I don't think Chappelle was going against Katt. It sounds like he was responding to a person at his comedy show in the crowd." So
that's how I took it.
That's how you took it?
That's how I took
like
it.
he was answering a question.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like he's going at Katt. And you know how the internet streets are. We'll take it and run with it and turn it into something else.
May I ask
Yes, go ahead, Sarah.
To Grady's point, it's like, like white people, like and a lot of it's a lot of Jewish people, like basically that run a lot of the studios and stuff like that, which I don't want to give any, because a lot of times they don't want to be characterized as white, so I'm okay. But anyway, that being said, no one says anything, and they support 50 Cent heavy, and all his shows have to do about drug dealers.
Right.
All his shows.
I was thinking about 50 the whole time.
He has nothing. All of his stuff like, who gonna be the baddest bitch in the neighborhood? Mary J. Blige. No problem with her being, over, Miss Tejada or whatever over the family. Because then everybody take it off of, she's not only a boss, she got all the fly clothes. Everybody want her clothes now and everything like that. So what is the difference between the white studios when the black studios exploited more?
I love
that's a great
50 Cent, to be honest, because I think 50, what I love about him is his ambition and his hustle. He realized, okay, this rap career just has, this amount of shelf life before I got to parlay this into something else. And I love the work that he did with Robert Greene on the 50th Law. Yeah. See, 50 is not just, like, a lot of people will look at 50 as like just a thug or, no, 50 is like a philosopher. Like, he's intellectually, people don't understand how smart the brother is. And I would venture to say that 50 is a real deal nigga in terms of what that is in the streets. But I also believe he knows how to leverage the nigga persona, right? To reach that particular crowd or consciousness level to even get them to purchase a 50th Law
Come
book.
on. You already see.
See,
yeah.
I see how he's like transmuting shit
Yeah.
and then taking it to television.
That's like The Godfather, though. They humanize mafia
Right.
members. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
They humanized, made them. These are real family men. They sitting at the table eating dinner with their kids. Yet they murking niggas in the snow, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Ooh, that's heavy. Go ahead.
So then so you know, I was part of the whole cop killer thing with ICE around that time. Tipper Gore, Dolores C. Tucker.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at what you said right now, and then juxtaposing, so to say, that atmosphere. What if a Dolores C. Tucker was still around? What would she have to say?
She would have a lot to say.
With-
I was there too. Come on. What? She would have a lot to say.
I mean, because what they was going after, she went after NWA, Tupac, Ice Cube, NWA,
Yeah.
Ice.
Easy E, anybody that
Two
was
Live
out
Crew.
talking. Yeah, 2 Live Crew for sure. 2 Live
So
Crew.
now, it's funny that you're seeing like Uncle Luke saying that ones is doing too much right now.
But
right?
but if you open Pandora's box, you can't then say, okay, that's enough coming out of Pandora's. But you open
Right.
the box.
Right. Well, so it's funny, like so the pimps, sort of say, or what they would have said, the misogynistic men in the music industry now are saying it's too much right now. They almost sound like a Dolores C. Tucker or Tipper Gore.
Wow.
Right now,
Wow.
in this day and age.
Wow.
Right now.
Wow. That's an interesting, you saying the dudes that are complaining about
Ice.
the sexy reds
Give me
and
one. I think I
give
can
me
go on record.
talk to me.
Ice was down.
He said them dudes are the Tipper Gores and the Dolores C. Tuckers of the day. That's
Ice
crazy.
T. Our guy been on TV,
Yep.
gangster, pimp rap, blah blah blah, street dude, the notorious cop killer. He was down at Essence Festival this year, first time.
Yeah.
He said it was a jungle.
But you gotta remember, Ice is in his 60s
But
now.
listen what I'm saying.
Like,
This is what that part of him. He's still with that, but he's saying they doing too much right now, though. And he would have been.
and really, those guys like Ice and
He would have been
and
siding
Luke,
with Dolores Tucker and them right now.
yeah, exactly. They're the ones who set the tone in a lot of ways
Yes.
for the artistry of it, for the having the bravery to
They
say
were the first ones to
fuck
get
the
the stickers.
police or cop
Yes.
killers or y'all tore the seal off.
They put the advisory stickers literally on
Because of them.
because of that.
Yeah.
in that era.
Yeah.
That's so like just like parents that I struggled, I made it, and then I spoil my kids and they turn out horrible. That's what hip hop has done. They have come, they made it, they made it so you can get your bread, and then now your kids running the street or whatever, and they doing whatever they want to, and they really but then now they're not getting the point. But you didn't know. But a lot of these old school, they didn't help mentor these people because a lot of them don't want to be mentored.
Mm-hmm.
Grady?
You got the bag or whatever, and they just chasing the bag. They chasing what you got, not the person that you became.
Okay,
Grady,
so like what
your
she
thoughts?
just said. Yeah.
I just think everybody have they era when they having fun, and I think just like I say in my shows now, stop taking yourself so serious. You know what I mean? Like we were once children, right? And I think, is it a lot? Okay, you can't get mad at it because you opened up Pandora. You made it comfortable to be like, I had hoes and I'm selling dope and all this other type of stuff. So now that the old women that was whores, they got granddaughters that's whores and they know what to do. And the same as the dudes that's like,
They
I'm
said,
a
yeah,
pimp.
the kids, little Kim is soft porn now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, we was never supposed to stay in it that long.
Right.
It just became different and more relevant when people started making money off of it.
What is that? What is the mentorship like in comedy? What does that look like?
Man, I honestly, OG, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
He finna tell them.
I'm gonna try not to not miss anything. I'm gonna tell you. It's just like in the streets. If you from Euclid, right?
Right.
If you from Euclid, and if I'm trying to get down with the dudes off St. Clair,
Right.
only way you can break bread with me is you going to your pocket and you financing any game to back up your point.
Right.
So the only way to keep any of these so-called comics, you got to put them in financial, and you have to give them the resources for them to shut the fuck up. So they can be taught how to do this shit that we call stand-up.
Does that create the gatekeeping right there? What you just said.
But you need it.
Oh, what I was about to say, now
need it.
now the gatekeeping sounds like it's black keeping.
Right.
It don't even sound like it's Illuminati,
No.
white folk. It's
Right.
black folk gatekeeping
Right.
against black folk. That's what that's starting to
that's-
sound
yes.
like.
It's
It-
more chicken Georges.
It's like it's a joke that I always play on the brother Marcus King.
Yeah.
So when the brother got with Dash, big bro right here, he taught me how to do radio, right? But when he introduced, like, yeah, this my buddy Grady, King, like, yeah, I know Grady. And I'm like, no, you don't. Did you tell him go get Grady?
Right.
So why would I do the deal with you? Why would I do the deal with Dash with you, and he brought me in,
Right.
and you say you know everybody?
Right.
Do that make sense? So I'm not listening to you.
Right.
Only way he can get me to be cool, come over here. Now you got to really open it up. You got to open it up. That mean I have to deliver. I have to deliver.
But open it up though.
You got to open it up.
Right.
Right? Nobody would have known who Wiz Khalifa was until they put him in the movie.
Right.
I'm talking about to everybody. The ones that love this music. But to open up his branding, they put him in the movie.
Right.
How high? Don't give me that shit where it's like, oh, you got to work your way up. Nah, that's the problem with niggas. That's our problem.
The nigga
The
be
one
like,
thing we learned,
work for free. You got to work your way up.
one thing I learned about our people is that we love and we do what the oppressors do.
Ooh.
We love that
We
shit.
turn around and implement the same
You,
tactic.
you know
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying? Like, so-
Puffy. Somebody asked me, like, what do you think about Puffy? I said, Puffy did exactly what these white executives been doing forever.
Right.
If you aspire to be like a baller executive in the music industry,
yeah.
at one point I was the executive in the music industry, right? So you have to look at motherfuckers that have already like reached a certain level. And when I started to look at these people, I started to recognize like these are not good. These, you know what I'm saying? I had to recognize like,
Right.
wait a minute, these are not good people at the core.
Right.
It's
So-
like involuntary.
So let me ask you this then, because that would lend to maybe why ageism. Because with age, sort of say with age comes either lack of info, lack of experience, which equals opportunity for taking advantage of out of ignorance. Yeah. With like what you were just saying, somebody that's seasoned. And they're obviously in our craft. The longer you stay in it, you get better in it.
Right.
But it would seem like that's what you would want, talent wise. But
Or put it like this, OG. You know how when y'all did music, right? I mean,
He just dropped the album.
so let's just say you thought, God bless the dead, Jay Dilla, you work with prolific players as one as yourself, right? Y'all used to share dope shit,
right.
Oh, absolutely.
right?
Yes.
There's no sharing.
Got you.
There's no
That's
sharing
the
in
difference.
our shit.
Right.
In our shit, nobody say, hey, Grady dope. Not even the niggas that's at that level that is like, okay,
Got you. I see what you're saying.
Kevin Hart gave me a bag of money to come do, he executive produced my half-hour special on Comedy Central. But they didn't pay him enough to where he felt like it was some dope shit, right? Because he felt like, well, hell, this is my marketing shit, which is dope. His
Right.
52 million people on Twitter at the time, whatever. That's his.
Right.
They should pay him for that.
Right.
But then guess what it does? it lowered my shit down because he didn't promote it. So this what niggas do.
But-
Let's go get $1 million and get all this whack shit. Let's go get these comics, get these camera works and all this other type of gay shit. Now let's put the show out there. Now you into $1 million with the finance. You into $1 million. So if I sat down with you and say, okay, well, what are we going for ad? What do you mean, Grady? Okay, Good Morning America, right? Breakfast Club, Sister Circle, Anderson Cooper. You, Charlamagne, you better have it all the way down, and then they looking at you like, where this nigga come from?
But see, that goes back to my point about Puffy.
Right.
At the end of the day, you have to be a shark
To be able to be a shark.
to be in the game.
You came out of that tank.
And
Right.
listen, we've seen it at every level. Music, comedy, the acting world. Ain't no nice people out here.
Nope.
Bro.
Ain't no nice people out here, man. And at the end of the day, if you trying to get in, I always tell people, they going to want a piece from you in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's equity in your project,
Right.
they're going to want a piece of something.
Right.
And like Grady just, for instance, Kevin Hart threw you that lick.
Which
No,
one? He threw me a couple.
Yeah,
Big
no
time.
hard feelings.
No.
But if they not doing business right by him, in his mind, it makes sense for his hands to be tied to not help you to the full extent of what he could.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but it's no offense. It's not like, it's like, Grady, don't worry about it. I'll get you on the next lick. I'm gonna throw another one at you. But they gotta take care of me on this end. Do you see what I'm saying? That's corporate America.
And so that's why I was saying, back to my question to you, what it sounds like Zoe is answering it sounds like that's what creates the gatekeeping.
Well, it's more bitterness, OG. Like, so these are
He said it's more bitterness.
Right. Well, I mean,
these are rich niggas.
Right.
All of them dudes here are in a 44% tax bracket, OG.
Right.
Kevin, Chappelle, Steve, all of them, whoever's responding. Katt also is doing a tour. He's doing a tour. So how do you do tours? Let's create the gossip. Let's go to Club Shay Shay. Let's go on a date.
Right.
We're going to sip. We're going to be right there warm. And
We're on a
nestled
promo
in there.
tour. Right.
Yeah. So it's great promo. And then listeners don't give a shit. Denzel told everybody that was making these quotes about artists, don't matter who it hurt. Don't matter who it offends. Just get it out there first. Katt Williams know, instead of him saying what his real beef was Steve Harvey, leave it with Steve Harvey. See, what happens is you get on the platform, you start talking so much that you forget what the fuck you talking about. And then now you sitting up here setting up lies and shit, right? Because Cedric Entertainer, you're not going to tell the world Cedric Entertainer was backing you. He's not going to tell that. He's not going to tell that. We don't know him from the trenches. If it was a Corey Holcomb that's been in the trenches, nobody go get dude.
Right.
When JB Smooth was out, until Larry David gave him Curb Enthusiasm, JB Smooth was doing it, but he wasn't really doing it. Deion Cole, they doing it, but they weren't really doing it. Deion Cole used to write for Katt Williams. I was there. Katt Williams used to have niggas in there go on and listen to these comics at the Comedy Store, put your motherfucking dictaphone up and listen to their shit, then bring it back. Come on, man. That's bullshit. I don't give no fuck about what anybody else is going on. They all rich. So you know what I would want to see? Okay. Get DL, get Steve, Sid, Kev, Chappelle, Eddie Griffin, get all the big niggas and put them on one show. I guarantee you they'll shut the whole world down. You know how Taylor Swift did and Beyonce did? When they came out here to the whack-ass SoFi?
Yeah, you know the SoFi is fly as hell.
Beautiful. Beautiful. But kids, it's just like we watching NFL.
Right.
Right.
If the Chiefs play, they go straight to Taylor Swift.
Right.
Like as if she gave them the best catch of the day.
Right.
People are impressed by bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let me do this real quick. Hey, you're listening to the ZoWhat Morning Show. I got my homeboy Grady in the building and legendary writer-producer Shafiq Hussein is in the building. We chopping it up. But listen, I need you guys to hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Value for value. If you appreciate the show today, if you appreciate what we laying down today, don't just sit there and not participate. Participation is a part of the game right now. Don't be a gatekeeper of the likes.
Right.
Hit the like button, man.
And it's free.
Hit the like button. It is free. But if you want to hit my super chat, all you got to do is see that little $sign down at the bottom of the chat. Everybody drop your twos and fews. Show your support. We got over 200 people in here who have not hit the like button. Come on, don't do me like that.
Mash it up.
Don't do me like that. Hit the like button. Show your love. Show your appreciation. Sarah, do you have...
Want to hear the Dave Chappelle clip?
Yes, I want to hear the Dave Chappelle clip.
Okay.
Can we hear that?
Okay. You'll hear it on
All right.
here. Okay.
These white boys, and none of these white boys function like that. And Katt is one of the best painters in the game. Hurt people, but I'm a hurt person that never hurt people. And he does it all the time. Katt was talking about shit that did to other but not about anything that did to him. If I told my story, it would break your heart. I lost everything and never, ever told on anybody.
I mean, Dave, not wrong. I said the same thing. I said something very similar. If you're going to call out the power structure in Hollywood, don't go after, in your words, the puppets. Call out the folks pulling the strings.
Which I call bullshit on this whole thing because Dave Chappelle did call out people. That's how Comedy Central gave him his money for the Chappelle show.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was saying, yeah.
And let's not forget this, too. If a man has a grievance with another man and he calls him out, the only issue I have is call that man, talk to that man in public, in private. That's my whole thing. You got a grievance, pull the man to the side, try to handle that shit behind closed doors. That's my only thing. When you start leveraging the internet, now this shit turns into the Three Stooges. And for me, I don't know about you, but the Three Stooges was primetime television for me. I was watching that shit because it slaps Benny Hill, all that. So now that's the bullshit that's on the internet. And for me, like I said, it's toxic. We are entertained by the most toxic aspects of our community. So my thing is, we love a good dispute. We love a good fight. And if we can see a breast pop out,
right,
that's a cherry on the cake.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. Like, we got enough of this out in the community. At some point, we got to take a higher road. But Club Shay Shay is going to make nearly $1 million, $785,000 off the stream. And then
Katt.
all those other streams.
I'm going to roll with what Grady said, too. It's the promo tour. The actual tour is about to happen. Or if he's on tour already, right?
It's called the Dark Matter Tour.
There you go.
Because some of his tickets in some cities were actually on Groupon. Now they're sold out in the majority of the cities that they've already opened the tickets up to.
Yeah. So it was Madonna who said, man, all publicity is good publicity.
But if it was me, I wish Katt would have said who he really helped. And let's just see how far it would have got. He helped
Lunel,
Melanie Camacho,
Red
Grant, D. Militant, God bless the dead.
He really messed
He
with
helped some motherfuckers, man.
Him and Mark Curry really rock with each other.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If he was, because I think he has him opening up for him.
Yeah, he does.
He has.
I mean, he done helped some folk.
Yeah. And he's probably no bullshit, y'all, he's probably the best giving comedian.
That's what
next
I've
to
been hearing.
Russell Peters.
Oh, yeah.
No, Russell Peters is dope.
Russell Peters is a giver.
Yes. Reciprocity, for sure.
He's a giver. And then Katt Williams is. But I think what happens, niggas don't like to keep killers around them. Meaning stage killers. You If you anybody that go to a comedy show, the dudes that's on the show before them, they not killers.
So are you
That's
telling
the same
me?
thing in hip hop.
It's kind of crazy, man. Like, are you telling me that comedy is predicated on confidence and insecurity?
Yes, sir.
Because that's crazy.
So when I come out
because
with
you
the-
need a confidence to be able to get up there and do that
in
shit.
front of anybody.
But then at the
Right.
same time, you telling me there's like an insecurity that goes, oh, this motherfucker gonna destroy me.
I'll put it to you like this. You can come too, Sarah. You can come too. Let me go get dressed up,
Right.
right? Put on my Grady hussy shit,
Hussy.
right? That's what I call my shirts like OG over here, right? Slack.
With
shirt.
flowers.
You remember how we did
Yeah,
the
yeah,
joint,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then I murder the show. Watch how many niggas don't tell nobody. Grady murdered. We talking about the niggas that's on the show. We ain't talking about the world. We ain't talking about the lookers. We just talk about when Mike Epps was let me open up for him. Mike Epps was like, "This your last one." I didn't take it personal. He was actually bigging me up. Corey Holcomb, hey, this your last one. Tony Roberts, this your last one. Russell Peters, this your last one. They don't want to go behind that shit all the time because niggas getting older. Or is it a situation of it's fear?
Well,
Bill Bellamy, everybody, right?
I mean, Richard felt some kind of way about Eddie.
That's my point. Didn't I
He
just
would
say-
leave.
I just said 90% of the shit is they're not strong dudes.
He did say that.
They're not
Did say
strong,
that.
mentally strong. Well, okay, if you could fight and he could fight, don't you think instead of us fighting, let's go whoop them niggas? If it's an issue, who cares? Okay, who the biggest dude in boxing? Who the biggest dude in boxing? Let me just ask you.
Right now?
Period.
Crawford.
Never. Never. Neither one of them niggas. You know who's the biggest in boxing?
You talking about draw? Money?
Al Heyman.
Oh, okay. So
Al Heyman is the biggest. You know why? Because he know how to promote. And who did he watch, OG? Don King.
Don King.
Right.
That's the biggest dude. So what niggas like to do is, hey, we gestures. Look at me. Huh? Don't forget, hey, man, I'm the funniest on the show, man. Because I got to be, all right, I get it. Hey, don't forget about,
Right.
who owned the motherfucker. That's the nigga who you should strive to be. But everybody like, shit, I might as well because I can't go and actually sit at a keyboard and learn.
No,
what
you know what's
do.
interesting? Because this is a good point. Me and Grady, we'll get on the damn that Sprinter bus
Have a ball.
with Eric. Eric is
Right
driving
down to
Escondido,
Escondido, California.
and we go to that cigar lounge. And from the time we get on the bus
About 8
at 8 in the morning,
in the morning till about almost 11 in the Sprinter bus.
we going at it.
We just talking about each other all morning, bro.
And one thing that Grady would say was, and I never understood it until now, Grady would say a lot of comedians would not like
They wouldn't play with you.
to
That's what I remember.
Joan
about
back
you.
with
You used
back.
to bag.
I used to
on
bag like a
people so
motherfucker. I got that
hard.
naturally.
Yes. That's what I
And
remember.
and nowadays I don't really show that.
That's what I said, right.
You know,
Man,
but
posse,
Grady
right.
has seen it, and Grady is like, there's a lot of comedians who would not want to fuck with you on that.
So they would be like, we ain't gonna do the show.
I remember your humor was too real for some.
Yes.
You know why it was too real? Want me to tell you why I felt like your point when I saw it was too real? Because you're light skinned with green eyes.
Here we go.
No. I ain't dissing it.
Here we
Most niggas, if you get into our world, 90% of them ugly. All of them. These what the broads say. This ain't what niggas
They
say.
funny looking.
They funny looking. Look at them niggas. Look at them niggas. Look at them. We can all make faces and shit. I get it. But is it cool to laugh at the ugly nigga? Or is it if the what's the broad that's got the streets? Beyonce. She told the women she flawless. Remember she did the song with Nicki Minaj? Flawless.
Y'all better listen to Malcolm Durex, Muhammad.
Right? She said I'm flawless.
Right.
That gave the courage to every woman out there that was from beautiful to mud duck.
Right.
that she flawless.
Oh my God.
You know how many niggas that when I said I'm the alpha male of comedy, nobody refuted that, OG?
Right.
Because they knew stand-up wise, I'm pretty much solid in that
Right.
department. And I mind my business. So a nigga like, well, alpha should be Moana size or Gronkowski size.
Right.
Until you see how goofy he is, until you understand what an alpha male really is. The alpha is a nigga, in my opinion, is someone that recognizes another alpha. Salute. Let's partner with him and let's go get the other little young dudes, turn them into alphas, show them what leadership look like,
Right.
real apprenticeship. This is what we do, and then we just keep going. But you know, you have one nigga that's a William O'Neal nigga, right? William O'Neal is the nigga that was with Fred Hampton.
Right.
They gave him the blueprint.
Yep.
So I just think it's just when I did it, how many niggas is gonna wait to be like, hey, we're gonna jump on the Alpha Male Comedy Tour joint? You know what they're gonna end up doing? They're gonna wait and to see if it gets successful. Then they gonna jump.
So I, you know what he reminds me? What he's saying, the spirit. That what you just said is how like some of the first rap tours. Remember the Dope Jam tour?
Yeah. Well, I'm a kid, but yeah.
Well, so he remembered the Dope Jam. The Dope Jam tour was all of your favorite. You had Ice, BDP, Dougie Fresh, Bismarck, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Stetsson Sonic, NWA, EPMD. They put that tour together.
One Biz on that too?
Biz was the opening act.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bismarck.
Biz was the opening act on that.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring that up because in hip hop, I mean, there's writers, there's performers, there's an opening act, there's a closing act. Some guys didn't like. Nobody wanted to perform at the DMX, right? These type of energy. Nobody wanted to go after KRS-One.
Nobody wanted to go after Chris.
Nobody wanted to go after Chris. Chris didn't even want you to go after him.
So let me ask y'all this. So when he said, you wait till 50 years to come get me, was he dope for standing on that?
Who? Chris?
KRS-One.
Yeah,
Well,
When they, well, you.
Are you talking about? Absolutely.
After the 50.
Absolutely.
I mean, once you get 50.
Absolutely. You got to understand everything that is promoted by the system has been corrupted.
Yeah.
So when you got the 50 greatest or 50 hip hop's 50th anniversary, and you got a bunch of new cats and very few old cats, there's a problem. And the reason why you get the new cats is because hip hop is a young music form, right? True. In terms of not young, 50 years is 50 years, but in terms of who fuck with it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
In terms of who fuck with it.
Right.
They don't look at older people. I'm telling you, it's a whole market of motherfuckers who still listen to UTFO and Houdini.
Oh my God.
But the industry is not marketing to them.
No.
They're marketing to the younger cats, the Drakes, and even Drake is getting long in the tooth because he's been running for a minute. You understand what I'm saying? It's a young market in that sense. So it's almost like if we do hip hop's 50th, we got to have some young kids. We got to have a lot of the young kids to in order to bring the interest in. Because who the fuck knows who Kool Moe Dee is nowadays and his significance and why he's significant? Who knows who Jalil is? Who knows who Just Ice is?
Right.
So again, KRS was making sense because really, if you're going to do a tribute to hip hop, you got to at least get the origin correct. So Kool Herc, Hollywood, Grandmaster Flash,
Bam.
Maybe not Bam. And the only reason why I just
because of the you talking about Bambaataa?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Because of the whole.
I bring Jazzy Jade. Anybody from
that time, DST. There you go.
That's the one.
There you go, DST.
Right.
So you're gonna do the DJs, bring them in or whatever. Then MCs, you got to get your first three. The motherfuckers who gave birth to everybody's style. 3 niggas. Melly Mel, Kaz, and Mo D. Those three gave birth to everybody's style, and people in New York understand that. So they got to be on the 50.
That's the tree, right?
They got to be on the 50. Then the next Trinity.
Ooh, LL.
No.
Oh no, be after that.
The next. No.
Oh, the next Trinity.
Let me
Right,
break.
right,
Let me break down the first Trinity.
Yes, Mo D.
No, it's Mel, Mo, Cass.
Yes.
Every Trinity got a superstar. The superstar for that Trinity, Curtis Blow.
Curtis Blow. Yes.
Okay, during that time, Curtis. Then the next Trinity, Kane.
No, you just bypassed Run DMC.
No, I didn't. No, I
Okay.
didn't. Nope.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Because remember, Run is the son of Curtis Blow.
Yeah.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay, got you.
Because that's the group category, not just the one. That's the group.
The reason I
category.
say that because Mel and Kaz, they were part of groups too.
True.
I get it.
Kumo D was the only one by himself.
No,
with
he
Treacherous
was with the
3.
Treacherous.
He was with Treacherous 3. Okay.
Your next three, KRS, Rakim,
Got you.
Kane.
I said yes.
The superstar of that
Okay, no,
Trinity,
right.
LL.
LL. Right. I see what you're doing.
Do you see?
I see what you're doing.
Do you see?
I see what you're doing.
You got.
those three births a star.
If you doing 50 greatest, it's got to be formatted to where, okay, everybody get they just due for their contribution. You can't just say, yo, we got to have 21 Savage. No disrespect to 21 Savage. We got to have, you know what I'm saying, Meek Mill. Or no disrespect to Meek Mill. But you got to have the motherfuckers that are foundational to the creation of it. You got to understand, hip-hop is a culture, which means it has a history.
Right.
So you don't get to do revisionist history. So KRS-One had a hell of a point, in my opinion.
Let me ask you this then, Zo. So then, what's that window, year-wise, for these Trinities? And when I say, and I'm not, I'm saying like in between, like, so I agree. Mel, Kaz, Mo D. What's that time range of that, years wise?
Well, you know, man, like, just look at Run and them's run. Right, Run and them's run, what you got, like 81?
83. That was their first year, 83.
Was it 83?
Suck MCs.
But it wasn't a long run because you got to understand, by 86,
After Raising Hell,
86, you get your next Trinity.
They come
And they
right there.
different.
They way different.
They way different
Yeah.
than a dog, a hat,
Right.
a rat, a cat. They
Nah,
different than
right. Yeah.
nigga Rakim is rapping like a saxophone.
Right.
Do you understand what they different? So that window was what? 4 years maybe?
4.
It was like a hot 4, and
Even,
then
yeah, and I remember they were still headlining, like even when what was Jay spawned Onyx.
Yes. JMJ.
Jam Master J.
So I remember watching that Dope Jam thing. They had all of the Def Jam artists, Onyx, Redman, but then Running them still headlined.
Because Run, you got to remember, Run and them,
They brought the fashion to it.
they
Made it,
made it pop.
They made it mainstream.
They
Yeah.
made it
Yeah.
mainstream.
Yeah.
With the Aerospin. With the Aerospin.
Well, just Walk This Way, and but just as a group though, yeah.
But
Everybody hit that like button. I see y'all still lagging on the likes. Hit the like button, hit the super chat, and if you got it, man, tap into our Cash Apps. Do you got a Cash App? What's your Cash App, brother?
$, Ray Grady 9.
What's your Cash App, brother?
Cash App, JOHNSEL777.
There you go, man.
And my Cash App. I'm joking.
Yes, Sarah, put your Cash App up there. Y'all got to support the channel. Y'all got to hit the like button. Y'all already know what it is. We got He Is Risen. Don't get it twisted. I got the Red Hulks. Y'all know what that is. Holla at your brother, MrZoWhat.com. Go ahead.
So, since y'all, so out of those groups that spawned the dope cats, right? So are you saying they keep doing that up until for 50 years? They keep, you saying instead of doing the revision joint, do you keep doing, say, out of this Trinity spawn this star? Do you keep doing that the whole time up until 50?
No, you know what I think though? I think New York, which was the epicenter of hip hop for a long time,
It's the birthplace.
has in some way lost its way.
All the way.
It has lost its
Completely.
way.
Well,
Like
yeah.
there was like first off, hip hop should feel like Islam in New York.
Right.
Should.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I
Like
completely understand.
it should feel like Mecca. It should
Right.
feel like, oh shit, nigga,
Yes.
the Kaaba.
That
You
part,
understand what
I agree
It should
100%.
feel like that. It doesn't
Yes.
feel like that anymore.
It's like Christianity, more denominations.
Yeah, it feel like something else.
But so what you saying, Zoe, is even New York based artists are saying that about New York. I think
This how you know New York has been compromised. Because when New York gets influenced
That part.
by the people
Right.
they've influenced,
Yeah.
that means you've lost a kind of a sense of self. You understand what I'm saying? And it's okay to be in. Listen, I'm not saying other places aren't dope. I'm not saying other places aren't original. But there should be something about the
that-
source
yes.
of a thing. Do you understand? It's like, oh, you took something from the source and did something original. That's good. I like that. The source shouldn't be like, let me do it too.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm
A
It's
visitor-
like a parent acting like his child.
Or a visitor in your own house.
Do you understand?
Right.
A parent can appreciate it. He don't. I'm not finna imitate my son new. I can't
Right.
do what he do.
But
Right.
they did the gatekeeping too with DJs, with artists bringing new records. And so Funk Flex to Ebro to all these dudes.
Yes, that's what really
Hot
did it.
97.
Come on, bro.
That's the problem.
Well, that's payola.
A lot of people don't want to do the talent is the talent,
Right.
right? So then the DJ need music.
Right.
But what happened is somebody will say, well, hell, I'm bigger than you. You know what I mean? And then get mad when they be like, dang, this record, you know, I heard one of the dudes said was it SNS? He was on Matt Hoffa show and he said he played Lean Back like 12 times. And to Big Meech and them tried to give him, you know, a load of money, and he was like, no, man, I just like to DJ. Until they actually was like, nah, Mella, take this right here. And then Fat Joe went and bought him a Cadillac truck.
I ain't gonna lie though, that lean back, that shit was dumb as hell. Track wise, production wise, I
I mean,
think it was crazy.
Scott Storch.
I mean,
Scott is different.
Can I ask a question? Do you think that that the artist makes a hit record or the beat? Because I think back in the day it used to be the artist.
No.
No, repetition makes
It's both.
I think
Yes.
it's repetition.
It's both. And
keep
as a
hearing it.
producer, he can really give
You
you
saying it. You
but
explain
it's
it, yeah.
it's both. Because when I was at A&R, I'm gonna tell you what I was looking for. I was looking, especially as it pertains to hip hop or R&B, I was looking for a transcendent talent. In other words, if you sang, your voice was a real instrument,
Right.
and you had mastery over it. Then I was looking for the unique quality in your voice. And you notice that Jametta Rose,
Distinctive, unique. There's nothing like, yeah,
what the fuck?
absolutely.
You hear her, you go, who the, what the? You understand?
Absolutely. Shout out to Jametta Rose.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm looking for that, right? Then I'm saying, okay, you can have all of that and still lack presence,
There you go.
right?
That's what
Yeah.
they used to say about Rakim was the illest wreck, but everybody didn't like seeing him live because there was nothing to it. He was the first one really walking around. You know, he's become more animated in years.
And I wish he wouldn't. Because you got to remember, Rakim is the DNA for Nas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, again, I wish he wouldn't. Because here's the thing. Everybody ain't got to be animated.
Busta Rhymes is only animated.
Let Busta
Out of
Rhymes
that.
be animated. When you look at Rakim and Nas, if we put them in context of live performance, we take them out of their comfort zone. And I'm not saying they shouldn't perform live. I'm just saying their music is fucking thought music.
Right.
It's fucking acoustic. It's Sade of hip hop.
Jesus.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's more like both them dudes are a vibe. You put the music on and you go, You don't put the music on and be like, turn up. That's DMX.
Right.
That's Tupac.
Right.
That's Lil Wayne. Let them niggas go off.
Yeah,
that's
Busta.
That's Busta. Let them go. If you go to a concert expecting Rakim to turn up, we at the wrong concert. And the guy who exemplified what I'm talking about the best is Scarface Tiny Desk.
Come on, thank you.
That was a masterclass.
That was a master class.
That was a master-
So sometimes it's not about the turn up, it's about the turn down, and you got to know which artist to put in that box.
And to tune in. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he really.
That motherfucker pulled that guitar out and. Let me tell you something about when you see a man cry.
He made me a proud Houstonian.
Yeah, so you know, and a lot of artists, you know, feel the pressure. Oh, I gotta amp up because it's a live show. You're not gonna be. You saw that clip with Jay-Z breaking down DMX, and when DMX was on tour with him.
Oh yeah, he told the whole thing.
He
right
was
there.
like, Jesus, and I gotta go up and follow him after this. It's different, man. So different artists lend themselves to that more than others.
For me, being a cat that like all of those guys who y'all mentioned, but I just think the popular opinions is Rakim demeanor isn't come fuck with me. His demeanor is I don't give a fuck if you don't fuck with me.
Then there's that.
Yeah. Well,
That's
he's like
hold on. That's
he's
what
like a
people
jazz
think.
artist.
When
to
I
me.
perform, when I'm performing, like I don't have an ego off stage, but on stage, I'm a nigga. Like I'm a nigga. I'll make a nigga, hey man, take that straw out your mouth while you making eye contact with me, nigga.
Whoa.
Right?
Grady's stupid as hell.
But he don't know that I'm saying hi to him. I'm really just having fun. It's just my tone and then my prowess. Like I don't give a fuck if you don't like it.
Grady told one dude once, he's uncross your legs while you're talking to him.
You know
We
what I
was
mean?
in the cigar lounge.
You
Hey,
like this cross leg?
hey, listen. Uncross your legs while you don't.
Yeah, we was having fun, man. We was having fun. But my point is, even when Jay-Z, because he's not a performer.
Right.
Well, he's learned.
No, but he's not a performer.
He's learned.
Busta Rhymes is the only fucking performer.
Busta is different.
Busta's, yeah.
He's the only. It's only two. Him and Missy Elliott.
I'm gonna say and Chris.
And Chris.
We saying perform like move around, jump on the stage, go all over the place. Like Redman and Meth, they perform.
Yeah, they perform.
They perform.
Yeah.
DMX performers.
Yeah.
Jay-Z sit there and count money and show you the gun and move back and forth. And I got on the Ed Hardy.
LL was a
Rakim,
performer too.
LL was a performer.
LL. A lot of people didn't want to get up after LL. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, after he didn't going from speaker to speaker, jumping
You know what I
and
mean?
shit. Yeah, L was different.
But everybody said that they learned how to rock the show from watching Public Enemy.
You know who was
Public Enemy was ill, but so was Run DMC.
Yes.
Shit, we
Yeah.
keep going. Houdini was.
Ooh.
Everybody was moving around with
I
Houdini.
was about to say that era. You know, even in that era, just like when we talking about
Kane is dumb too, by the way.
Yes, he was.
Heavy D was dope.
Heavy
Yes, God
D.
bless him.
Heavy D
Dead.
was amazing.
Yeah.
And
Blessed
we would've been married
dead.
if he would've-
And then if you had if in a perfect world, like you being from the land, right? I
Cleveland.
didn't see.
I didn't grow up there, but I was
No,
born
but it's
there. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's okay. But I'm just saying, like if Bone Thugs and Harmony, right? And then it's a couple dudes is there. Preem DiBiase, Chip the Ripper. It's a couple cats out the land that can. I forget the dude named Diesel. I forget his name. Big dude named Diesel. They had good songs, right? Then you go to the Midwest. Well, we produce Ye, Common, Soldiers at War. We got
Twister.
We got Do or Die.
No, the Midwest is
Crucial
dumb.
Conflict.
The Midwest is dumb, man.
Go to the
Y'all.
South real fast?
You know.
Yeah.
Go to the South?
Yeah, we
And
go
here
to the
we
South.
go.
So how does that work though? Okay, so when you, because I agree, everything you mentioned with all of these groups. So in the context, now let's put it. So 50 years of hip hop. How do we incorporate all of the decades?
That you just
Regions.
answered the question. You got to go decade by decade. You got to pull out the stalwarts from each decade. I would have pulled out the stars. I would have pulled out the artists. I would have pulled out the sleepers.
Yeah.
Right? I would have pulled out the
sleeper
DJs.
for every decade.
For every decade.
Pharoah Monch is the sleeper MC.
He's one of the dopest MCs of all times, but he is a sleeper MC.
And they don't give him his prop.
Because here's the thing. He had one record.
Well,
That
Biggie,
blew up.
Bam, 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 bam.
well, Biggie only had.
Da, 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 da.
But Dre's them had
No,
one
no,
too.
no, no.
Souls of
Right,
Mischief
right, right,
had
right.
No, hold on.
right?
So go ahead.
Again,
Yeah.
again, a lot of people forget, man. You could be. I'm sitting in the fucking
You started a
office.
fight right there.
I hear her ass over there. I'm sitting in the office with Freddie the Man. I'm 23 years old. Freddie the Man is like, all right, we got MJ's new shit, and I want you to listen to MJ's new album, and I want you to listen to, I want you to watch the video. Tell me what you think.
Is this Remember the Time?
No, this is the History album.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Right? And before I get into, because he was managing MJ at the time, or no, he was managing Lionel Richie, Madonna, and I guess Macy Gray or somebody else. I'm not for sure, but he used to manage Michael, and they was still consulting with him, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I want you to listen to MJ's History. I want you to watch the video. I was like, all right, cool. But then, speaking of what y'all talking about, he started talking about Michelle and Cello, who was on the album, who was on the label at the time.
That's my sister.
Dope. She dope.
And you know what he said? See, this is what y'all don't realize, man. Like, as fans, y'all don't understand the business of what's going on. He was like, so how do we turn the corner with Michelle? He said, because that artist shit is for the birds. These are his words. He said the accolades are cool. Wow. Everybody love her. Everybody respects her. We got Grammy noms. You know, we got all that. But I spent $2-3 million on this project, and we doing about close to 500,000 units sold. We barely getting to gold. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you add the business aspect of the music industry, please don't think your artistry matter to these motherfuckers.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's about billing. They don't give a fuck about being accredited and being acknowledged and, oh, this motherfucker is critically acclaimed. They could give a fuck less. So if I could sell you musical, like what Mo D called West Coast gangster music, this is what Mo D called it. The motherfucker was like, he was like, I didn't want to move, but it was making me move. He was like, we was outside of a club in New York. He was like, man, I heard the you know, the fucking ain't nothing but a G thing. And he was like, I was fighting it. I didn't want to move. And the way he framed West Coast hip hop, he was like, the gangster music in particular, he said it was like musical soul food. It was so good, but I knew it wasn't good for me. Mm-hmm. Do you see?
Yeah.
If these white executives come in and say, that consciousness shit is over motherfuckers' heads. Don't nobody give a fuck about Michelle and Cello and she play the bass and she lesbian and she'll take your bitch. Don't nobody care about that. What they care about is how many units we can move.
But y'all rock with a Janelle Monáe. Same thing.
But she moving units.
Are they really moving units? So?
Moving units more than who?
So
You got to be giving.
Was she moving? Is she moving more units than?
So I would say, because I'm still actively making music, there's a lot of fluff going on.
I believe
right
it.
now.
Oh well, you talking about streams? This streams versus CDs is different.
Yeah, so popularity right now is more important than actual talent.
Oh,
itself.
absolutely.
Because keeping it real, nobody's really selling records anymore like that.
No.
But what how they're doing deals right now is based on popularity. Like if you got
Followers.
10 million TikTok followers,
It's over.
that's who the labels are dealing with.
But you know that's in every industry.
Well,
That's modeling.
so
That's recruiting
That's it's
for kids in high school. That's how that NIL is working.
I would say that's the new gatekeeping now.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of people have made hit songs on accident on TikTok.
Yes.
Charles, Your Lunch is Ready. Miss Netta and Charles.
Yes, them
Did
too.
hit all kind of streams. The girl Angel, she did the Margarita song and hit like millions of streams or whatever. Doing about the, it's very.
I was just in
weird
an
and wonky.
admin deal like that, and they bought up these type of these people, and they have no artistry. They themselves are not even trying to be artists, but you have the labels that are actually actively going out soliciting them for business.
But they're doing that in comedy as well. Grady can attest to this. A lot of people that their skit comedies, they've got millions of hits on TikTok, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. But you pay money to go see them do stand up, and you realize I'd rather watch your TikTok.
Yeah.
But back that up to what you were saying, Sarah, because that's a great point.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? The public don't give a shit. The public want to see somebody who's popular.
Right.
So it's the lookers that's watching Zoe's show. It's their fault. The reason why these dudes don't deliver, because they like, you won't punish them financially. Like, until you get funny, stay off of your cell phone. I'm not coming to see you for $75 for a meet and greet, and your ass ain't funny but 3 minutes.
Well,
And we're going to stay in your, I want you to stay in my face so I can take your picture.
Yeah.
So it makes me look validated,
right.
because I got past security and I took a picture, even though your ass ain't funny for shit.
Right. And I will say this, Shafiq, you're right. If you look at it in hard numbers, Michelle Ndegeocello has sold more records than Oh Girl.
Yes.
100% correct, because 500,000 records is
500,000
500,000 records, right?
500,000 times 17.99.
Right? So I'm going to give you that. That's
But she's a singer.
but then I will also say this, the music industry killed itself. I was there and you were there. I remember you on the King T album.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, legendary King T.
Well, I want to play this record right now. Hey, King T for Life, what's the name of the song you did, Broadway produced? You and Broadway produced that one.
No, I produced that by myself.
You did that by yourself?
Check the flow.
Check the flow. I want y'all to look up this
produced
record.
it and wrote the whole song.
Shafiq.
Shout out King Rhino.
Hey, it's on King T's album, King T for Life. Check the flow, right?
The flow.
Please, I just want y'all to get a piece of this man's pedigree because he go back. But you remember back in the day, the industry lost its way when Napster and all of these
Rhapsody.
it lost its way when these, what do they call those services? File sharing?
Yeah,
or
file sharing.
Yeah, because what they did was they villainized the file sharing. And they got the artists to back them.
Participate in it.
What the artist should have done was what Prince was saying to do.
Yes.
Because Prince was ahead of the game. They got the artists to vilify. Hey, people are stealing your music.
Right.
Wait a minute. You stole my music once you gave me an advance. Because how the fuck you gonna give me a loan and buy my masters with money I gotta pay you back for? I gotta pay everything back to you, and I gotta pay you back before I get paid, and you own my masters based on a loan you gave me. So they villainized the sharing platforms, and that was during the time where the 360 didn't really exist, and still artists was getting a shit ton of money off the touring.
That part. True.
So once the fucking file sharing broke down the brick and mortar stores,
That's what did it.
And the jewel cases and the manufacturing of CDs. Once that was done and I can get everything on a phone, their whole distribution infrastructure was dismantled.
That and mixtapes.
Yeah.
And the mixtape culture did it.
Right. Now watch what happens next. We got new deals now in order to stay relevant.
Mm-hmm.
The relevancy now is you do a TV show, I get a piece of that.
Right.
You do a clothing line, I get a piece of that.
So that's what I'm saying. Popularity at that point.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You lose the A&R piece, which is let me cultivate this artist. They got the voice, they got the sound, but they don't have the confidence, they don't have the presence. And they don't have the songwriting. So let me get this person with this person and bring them together and let me get their confidence up. That's how you develop a talent. They don't know how to do that no more.
They taking brands now, and what you were saying earlier, they're taking brands to try to break somebody else's brand.
Do you see?
That I love that what you was explaining with the Kevin Hart situation, and
with the Twitter and
and
with the
whatnot.
Comedy Central. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's a lazy way. See, a person like him finding when I got on radio, he found me just by listening and talking like, yo, nigga, you got something. I'm like, nah. I don't do that. I tell jokes. They're like, nah, you can do it.
Right.
It's A&R type stuff, right? But what happens is people don't want to hear them say, nah, you're not good yet. He's not ready, right? It's just like AAU basketball is really not basketball no more. It's trash. The NBA is trash.
Yeah.
So I'd rather watch the college kids like in a real situation than watch the NBA because 1-2 dribbles, everybody think they Steph Curry. You know what I mean? So it don't feel good no more.
The NBA,
Everything is am I popular? You know what I mean?
NBA has turned into 3 points, dribble drive, alley-oop.
That's it. It's trash.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It is. I think my man Rasheed Wallace said it was WWE.
Yeah.
Again, if I jump into this conversation, we really finna go crazy. If I
Yo, NBA conversation.
the NBA conversation, I got a professional, one of the best players in the world right now. I got a son that's at that level. He's on the world stage and he's acting a complete fool on the 3rd or 4th continent he's been on. Every continent he step on, he dog motherfucker. So don't get me in this NBA discussion. It's a bit staged. And you get a lot of people who talk about stats, but stats doesn't necessarily mean a dude is great. Gilbert Arenas said something about Kobe Bryant that I thought was spot on in terms of, he said, when you look at Kobe, he wasn't the biggest, wasn't the fastest, wasn't the strongest. He was an average 6'6", 210, 215-pound athlete. He said, but his mentality turned his BMW 740i into a Bugatti.
Right.
The motherfucker played, he pushed himself like a Bugatti. Do you understand what I'm saying? We live in a culture and a society. Jerry West told me himself. He said, this is the weakest league and he said, this is the weakest league he's ever seen. And he said, this is the easiest league to score in. You get a lot of people justifying greatness by stats. But if the system is set up for you to succeed, they've changed it to make it easier for you to succeed, then those points have less weight.
Right.
If you had to struggle to get your points, then those points have more weight, in my opinion. If the league was harder and required a different kind of mentality, a more robust, a more focused, a more determined mentality, then I think if you're in a league that has less of that, then your stats should be lighter. They should be weighed lighter.
May I say something to that point? I think that it reminds me, the NBA now reminds me a little bit of like some of the best singers I've ever met in my life is always going to church. They always been church singers. They sing the house down at their churches and stuff like that, but the world don't know who they are because they're off. They're off in the cut. And a lot of times they're not willing to do some of the things that other artists that are in mainstream,
Yeah,
music would do.
they're dope background singers for somebody else.
Exactly, and but at the same time, they're stronger than the person that's in the front. So it's like a lot of times you can go some basketball courts here in America and find colder players than any nigga that's in the NBA right now.
Right.
But because they didn't get that, like you're talking about, like the mentorship or the eye on them or whatever, they're lost in the sauce. And these are people that we actually should know about.
Let me get this final story in here too. Do you have that Is America Racist clip?
I do. I have a.
Okay. Can we play it? Yes. All American sports is rigged. I believe it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I believe that.
Yes.
I believe it.
Your first sign is the fact that they have scheduled timeouts in the middle of critical situations.
And let's stop.
They have
Wow.
they
Let's
have
stop it right here.
That's a bar. That's a
TV
bar.
timeouts in the middle of crunch time.
That's a good.
Yep.
That's a good one then. That's a good one now.
Yeah, that was a
Can
bomb.
I play the clip first from the lady that responded?
Sure.
The black lady?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so here we go.
Black community, right? The Japanese internment. I mean, those families and descendants are still here. My last name is Alford, not because my family chose that last name. That is the name of the slaveholding family that owned us. I know the plantation that we are from in South Carolina, and I am here. My father desegregated a school. He remembers those things. So why do we have to talk about it as if it is past? This is right now. The pain is real. The survivors of racism, we are here, right? And so if you don't have a message around that talks about the future, that talks about the present, you cannot lead this country.
Well, Republicans do have a message around it. And
it's to ignore it. It's to say that we are colorblind, which does not solve the problem.
But it is to say that we are undoubtedly a better and stronger nation on this front today than we were 10, 20, 40, 50, 150, 180 years ago. We are undoubtedly better as an American people than we ever have been, and that will be true again tomorrow. And
But why is that?
the
But why is it? It's not because we ignored it. It's because people called out what was uncomfortable and they challenged the status quo and they said we need to live up to what the American dream actually is. Those were the people who were demonized. We just celebrated Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was killed. He was killed. He was not considered a favorite or a darling of America because he stood up against racism, against poverty, and actually the greatest threat was that he was uniting poor white people, right, with poor people of color. That was the greatest threat to America, was that he was willing to bring us together. So again, we have to move past talking about this as if it is history, as if it's not happening right now.
Come
And
on.
when the Republican
Let's
Party
just
does
let me
this,
jump back in here.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
We don't have to keep going over this. Like, we don't.
Is America the racist country?
Listen. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know what this been. I'm more disappointed that niggas don't fuck with niggas. That's what I'm more disappointed about. Do you know blood and Crip mean the same thing?
Right.
Family.
Right.
A cuz is a cousin. A blood
It's a family member.
is
That's-
lineage,
yeah.
bloodline. They mean the same family. Folks. This shit crazy to the motherfucker, man. You got a motherfucker who has struggled with his own demons. You know who it is? It's the white man.
Right.
White man is the master of demonology.
Demonology.
Right? This motherfucker know he's a demon and have the nerve to have some kind of consciousness. What do I mean by that? Oh, shit. You know, this new idea of democracy and freedom in the world is by far the best example of governance the world hath seen hitherto.
Hitherto.
And you mean to tell me that we should keep the African as a non-human, as chattel?
Right.
How do we live with ourselves? How do we sleep at night? knowing that there's something that is reminiscent of humanity in chains in a barn, waiting for this white swipe to penetrate whatever moist hole is available at the time. These motherfuckers struggled with their own evil. Go get the American Yop textbook. Everywhere these motherfuckers went. They go to the Dominican, the Isle of Hispaniola. The people there are so docile and delicate and fragrant, and they will do as we command. And then the motherfuckers writing while these niggas is there. These motherfuckers have literally devoured everyone. The white people just showed up eating pussy, dick. We gonna eat all of it.
Oh my God.
That's what they did everywhere.
That's called decimation.
Black folk come. Black folk already here, by the way. They get some more black folk in, and they destroy black folk. And then got the nerve to have the motherfucking lace ruffles on like Prince used to wear. Them little ruffle shirts and the wigs.
The Darling Nikki outfit.
You know, it is beyond my comprehension that we should treat the African as we do. You got some white people talking like that. You got other white people saying, it is the natural order of things. God has put them beneath us. They belong to us. We are their fathers indeed. So we should do with them as we see fit. So today, you got motherfuckers who govern their lives based on white standards and principles. The white standard of success, the white standard of relationships, everything white people say in America, right, that you should have. White standard of education, white standard of employment, and you base success and happiness off of a spiritual barbarian. America's not racist. What the fuck? What? How did you? Who? What about the Trail of Tears? What? Hey, you reclassified niggas.
So I saw her also speaking about the Civil War and didn't mention slavery.
She said it wasn't about slavery.
Well, I mean,
the whole Civil War was about slavery. You know why? South Carolina.
Yep.
Them motherfuckers was the first to succeed. Because they knew you niggas doing a different type of government. The Constitution says that you motherfuckers can't add extra powers to yourself. But they knew that there was a flaw in the Constitution that would allow motherfuckers to do certain things. They had a big argument about the First National Bank. And you had the anti-federalists saying, hey, motherfucker, do you know the Constitution does not support an American bank? You can't just make a fucking bank. Now, the president at the time was like, yeah, we can. And besides, it's for the betterment of the country. But it was like, hey, nigga, later on down the line, you're going to keep adding and doing shit that's outside of the Constitution's purview. That means at some point, this is what the southern states were saying. At some point, you can say slavery is illegal. And we're going to have to follow that. The southern states understood. You niggas keep adding power to your shit. That's why they had federalists versus anti-federalists.
Right.
The anti-federalists is like, nigga, small government and weak government. Because I want freedom as a person. People who wanted big government said, nah, all you independent states that have their own sovereignty, you still got to answer to the federal government.
Yes. And she didn't and she didn't address the situation on what brought about even the 13th Amendment in the first place, as far as voting. Well, I should say the 13th, 14th, and the 15th.
13th, 14th, and 15th. Because they go in succession.
Succession.
One acknowledges that you're not a thing, you're human.
the first one, slavery nor involuntary servitude.
Boom.
That's the first one.
That's
Second
13.
One, that's the 13th. The second one, except by crime or punishment after been.
And when you go to jail, it's slavery exists again.
So slavery still exists.
Right.
Then we have, like you said, the 14th Amendment, which dealt with the effects of the Dred Scott case.
Exactly.
And how to classify these now new citizens into the Union that was already going on. So
because Dred thought it was sweet. He was like, nigga, I've been living in a free state all this time. Nigga, you traveled from a slave state.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we don't recognize you as a human being.
The Missouri.
In a slave state or a free state.
So the Missouri Compromise.
Exactly. Now, Missouri Compromise fucked everything up.
Now, what I would have loved for her to have mentioned was the fact that the northern states challenged the southern states on participation in voting.
Right.
If you want to keep your slaves and count them as property at the same time.
That's what they did for the southern slaves.
So what we're going to do is bring our chicken and cows to the voting polls and allow them to vote, as you want to bring your slaves, which were property at the time.
But you have to remember, they couldn't bring all the slaves. They could only bring 3/5 of the slaves that they owned.
Fact. So now, I don't know if you can look this up real quick. I'm glad you mentioned South Carolina. And this will play into the whole CRT thing. What they don't want to disclose
critical race theory
is that South Carolina had the largest number of so-called, I say so-called, but black folk slave owners in the whole Union outside of Louisiana.
Yikes!
If you want to peel back that whole thing,
I'm sorry, y'all.
Because
it said, the percentage of free black slave owners as the total number of free black heads of families was quite high in several states, namely 43% in South Carolina, 40% in Louisiana, 26% in Mississippi, and 25% in Alabama.
These were
red states,
supposedly European controlled slave owners in these states.
Right.
But if you do that type of research, we were the majority slaveholders in these states.
Damn.
So they don't want that part of the history to start leaking out, because it dispels everything that they're complaining about right now, and it changes the face. See, our people became the face of what you would call involuntary servitude, because there's a difference between slavery and involuntary servitude. What people call slavery today is really involuntary servitude. The slavery was the indentured contract, or the punishment from being sent to the slave colonies from Europe, which was under what they called the King's Grace.
Okay, so hold on, because look, we at the end of the show. We're gonna save some of this for later, because we in this motherfucker cooking today, boy. Yeah, we in this motherfucker cooking today. I got a lot to talk about. Hey, listen, tonight, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Voice of Reason on KBLA Talk 1580. Don't miss it. Tavis Smiley's KBLA Talk 1580. I have an amazing topic tonight. Can I tell you what tonight's topic is? Y'all motherfuckers gonna be mad as hell. Tonight's topic is called the emotional colored section.
My Lord.
That's normal.
A deeper look at how unregulated emotions can become the Picasso of your perception of self and others. You are living in the emotional colored section, segregated from your partner because you can't control how you feel.
Emotional hostages.
But if you're
God
like Picasso,
damn.
you're abstract, right?
Lord have mercy. That's tonight. That is tonight on KBLA Talk 1580. Y'all got to tap in, download the KBLA Talk 1580 app. Listen, man, I want you guys to support everything my brother Ray Grady is doing. Ray Grady, if you're in the LA area, where can they come to see you, man? I know you're doing shows, right?
Yeah, I got the Speakeasy. Let me just go to it right quick. Speakeasy out here in Los Angeles. Let me get to the flyer.
While he's mumbling through the flyer, can everybody hit that super chat? Show your love. If you got it, hey, if you got it on the Cash App, please Cash App your brothers. Moderators, put my Cash App in the chat or hit that $ down at the bottom. It's 400 some odd people in here. It should have been more, God damn it, but we appreciate those who showed up. Everybody, please continue to hit the super chat. Show your love. Show your support for what it is that I'm trying to do. Also, my brother Shafiq Hussein, he got albums.
Everything.
What's the latest album?
So Gold, featuring Anderson .Paak, Thundercat, Sid the Kid, Jametta Rose, the Dove Society. That's out right now on Nature Sounds on all platforms, Atmos. Shafiq Hussein, everything, ShafiqHusayn. And if you want to Cash App, Johns Ill, JOHNSEL 777.
Hey, man, I want you guys to support everybody that's on the channel. Don't forget, I got the Red Hulks.
What are those anyway?
This right here was created by master herbologist Russell Harrison. Yes. He created Risen, RZN. He is Risen exclusively for the ZoWhat morning show. It is a male libido pill, 100% natural, no headache, no side effects, no nothing but power. Unlimited power.
Your dick will rise up.
That's the Risen part.
This is the Risen. When I tell you it's crazy, people be hollering at me like I'm Nino, like I'm out in the streets, like I'm selling that weight. They be like, yo,
Two of them
my
things.
Lord, the dick is risen.
this that red magic, man. This that red magic. I'm telling you. So again, if you want that, go to my website, MrZoWhat.com. Also, understand my homeboy A. Britt Atwater bought $1,000 worth of the Shrouded Lighthouse. If you want a copy of this, he is selling, or I'm selling those books that he bought from me for $10. He said, hey, man, I'm going to buy the books, but you sell them for $10. So I'm selling them for $10. Of course, shipping and handling is $13. That'll be $23 for the book. He basically took 50% off your books. So please, please, please support the book, support the brand. Go to my website, MrZoWhat.com. Continue to support. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Me, Ray Grady,
yes,
and my
sir.
homeboy Shafiq Hussein. We out of here. Deuce. Hey, Sarah.
Yeah. Huh? You back?
Layers.
Huh?
Oh, I'm gone.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Goodbye.